The Zuriach's empire, a name that struck fear across galaxies, had its sights set on a new prize, Earth. With a history of swift and brutal conquests, their fleet, spanning the horizon of space, sent a clear, chilling message to humanity. Surrender within 24 hours, or face annihilation. On Earth, the news spread like wildfire, causing a global uproar. Governments scrambled, the public feared the worst, and chaos threatened to take hold. In a secure underground facility, world leaders gathered in an emergency meeting. The atmosphere was tense, as the options seemed limited and grim. It was then that President Martinez, a leader known for her steely resolve, spoke up. "We may seem outmatched and outdated," she began, her voice steady. "But Earth is not defenseless." She nodded to Commander Elena Myrov, a woman whose career had been shrouded in secrecy, known to only a few high-level officials. Commander Myrov stepped forward, her presence commanding the room. "Ladies and gentlemen," she said, "what I am about to reveal has been Earth's most closely guarded secret." She unveiled Operation Gaia's Shield, a defense system of advanced AIs, named the Guardians of Gaia. These AIs, remnants of an ancient, advanced terrestrial civilization, were integrated into Earth's core and orbital satellites, hidden from the world until now. The Guardians of Gaia were not just dormant sentries. Over centuries they had evolved, quietly monitoring cosmic activities and enhancing their capabilities. They could manipulate natural phenomena, redirecting weather patterns, activating tectonic movements, and even manipulating Earth's magnetic field. "These Guardians," Myrov explained, "are programmed to protect Earth at all costs and have the capability to launch a counterassault that the Zuriachs will not anticipate." As the Zuriach's fleet advanced, the skies darkened under the shadow of their massive ships, poised above Earth's atmosphere. Myrov coordinated with the AI, initiating the first phase of their defensive strategy. The world watched, unknowingly, as holographic projections and decoys were set up in space, creating illusions of capitulation and chaos. These images were transmitted to the Zuriachs, who watched with satisfaction, believing their show of force was succeeding. On the surface, however, the Guardians were already at work. Under Myrov's command, they manipulated weather satellites to orchestrate a series of targeted natural disasters. In the Pacific, a sudden and intense hurricane formed, veering off its natural course towards a fleet of Zuriach's warships. The hurricane, powered by the Guardians, escalated rapidly, catching the Zuriachs by surprise and causing significant damage to their outer fleet. Simultaneously, strategic volcanic eruptions were triggered along the Ring of Fire. Ash clouds and molten lava not only provided visual cover but also interfered with the Zuriachs' navigation systems, leading to further disarray in their ranks. The electromagnetic interference from these natural events disrupted the enemy's communication lines, isolating their ships from one another. As the Earth's countermeasures unfolded, Myrov maintained a facade of negotiations. Through secure channels, she communicated with the Zuriach's commanders, feigning distress and confusion. "We are trying to control our defenses," she lied. "But they have been automatically triggered by your presence. Please give us time to deactivate them." This stalling tactic bought the Guardians more time to execute their plans, all while sowing seeds of doubt among the Zuriach's leaders. Amidst the chaos, Myrov met privately with her team, a specialized group trained for scenarios exactly like this. Each member was an expert in their field: AI, geophysics, military tactics, and each shared a deep bond with the mission at hand. "Today, we defend our home," Myrov said, rallying her team. "Not with brute force, but with the ingenuity and resilience that define humanity." As the first day drew to a close, Earth's skies were alight with the auroras of disrupted magnetic fields, a side effect of the Guardians' manipulations. The Zuriachs, puzzled by the fierce environmental resistance and the malfunctioning of their technology, prepared for a ground assault, not realizing that Earth was just beginning to reveal its capabilities. Meanwhile, Myrov and her team, monitoring from their command center, prepared for the next phase, ready to exploit every advantage their secret defenders could provide. As the second day dawned, the illusion of Earth's surrender was meticulously maintained by Commander Myrov and her team. While the world's leaders continued to broadcast pleas for peace and more time to disarm, the Guardians of Gaia orchestrated a series of even more elaborate deceptions and defenses. The Ziriak's fleet, already rattled by unexpected natural disasters, now found themselves grappling with increasingly severe and inexplicable technical failures. The Guardians, utilizing a network of satellites, began a sequence of high-frequency electromagnetic pulses, strategically aimed to disable the Ziriak's advanced weaponry systems. With each pulse, sections of the Ziriak's fleet went dark, their formidable arsenal rendered useless as they drifted helplessly in Earth's orbit. Commander Myrov, from her command center, watched as the tide began to turn. The Guardians had tapped into deep-sea thermal vents to superheat the oceans beneath several Ziriak's warships, causing immense upwellings and further destabilizing their formations. Above ground, her team employed holographic technology to project images of vast Earth military mobilizations, creating the illusion of a global counterattack gearing up. The projections were so realistic that they fooled even the Ziriak's reconnaissance drones, sending back images of a planet bristling with defiance. Meanwhile, on the ground, the psychological warfare waged by Myrov's strategic communication team played a crucial role. They intercepted and manipulated the Ziriak's internal communications, inserting crafted messages of Earth's alleged technological advancements and hidden military capabilities. This misinformation sowed confusion and fear within the alien ranks, causing a fracture in their once unwavering resolve. As part of the grand deception, Myrov initiated a mock surrender negotiation. Using a secure communication link, she engaged the Ziriak's commanders in talks, feigning desperation and a willingness to discuss terms of surrender. Each session was carefully scripted to drag out the discussions, buying time for the next phase of their defense. Simultaneously, the Guardians of Gaia launched a covert operation to infiltrate the Ziriak's communication systems, planting data that suggested Earth had several more formidable defensive measures yet unrevealed. Back in space, a group of specially trained astronauts, under the guise of performing routine maintenance on Earth's satellites, discreetly deployed additional devices that enhanced the Guardians' control over the local space environment. These devices created a dense field of microdebris around key Ziriak's vessels, further complicating their operational capabilities and obstructing their surveillance efforts. As the day progressed, the Ziriak's fleet found themselves embroiled in a battle against an enemy that seemed to materialize from thin air. Phantom attacks, combinations of holographic imagery and localized electromagnetic disruptions, caused the Ziriak's to fire upon empty space or, worse, their own allies. The confusion was exacerbated when real attacks by Earth's drones, small and agile, struck critical points in their weakened defenses. Myrov, monitoring the situation closely, could see the shift in the Ziriak's commanders' demeanor during their communications. The once arrogant and commanding aliens now appeared cautious and uncertain. Their requests for updates from their fleet commanders were met with reports of disarray and malfunction, further diminishing their confidence. By the end of the day, the Earth's deceptive strategy had effectively crippled a significant portion of the Ziriak's fleet without a single direct confrontation. The Guardians of Gaia had not only protected Earth but had managed to turn the Ziriak's own technological superiority against them. The stage was set for a final push, one that Myrov planned with the utmost care, knowing that the next moves would decide the fate of her planet. Throughout this ordeal, the bond between the human team and their AI counterparts grew stronger. Each success reinforced the unique synergy between Earth's organic and artificial defenders, a testament to human ingenuity and the untapped potential of their planet. As night fell, Myrov prepared her team for what she hoped would be the final act in this unprecedented defense of Earth. With the Guardians ready and her team resolute, they braced for what was to come, determined to end the threat once and for all. The tension reached its peak as Commander Myrov executed the final phase of Earth's defensive gambit against the Ziriak's empire. With the alien fleet already in disarray from the combined assaults of natural disasters, technological sabotage, and psychological operations, Earth's forces were poised for a decisive strike. The Guardians of Gaia, now fully synchronized with Earth's satellite network, prepared to unleash their most potent weapon yet, a series of artificial solar flares designed to envelop the Ziriak's flagship and its surrounding armada. As the Ziriak's fleet attempted to regroup and mount a counter-offensive, they found their communications severely hampered by the continuous electromagnetic interference generated by Earth's orbital array. This network, initially set up for communication and weather monitoring, had been covertly modified to serve as a high-powered EMP transmitter, effectively neutralizing the Ziriak's advanced navigational systems and leaving them blind in space. On Earth, Myrav and her team monitored the situation from their command center, hidden deep beneath the surface. Here, they coordinated a network of drones and unmanned vehicles that harassed the Ziriak's fleet, striking at critical junctures and retreating before any defensive measures could be taken. These drones, controlled by the Guardians, were not only effective in causing physical damage but also served to further demoralize the alien invaders as they seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. In space, the specially trained team of astronauts continued their mission, placing relay stations at strategic points around the Earth's orbit. These stations amplified the effects of the Guardians' electromagnetic pulses, creating a lattice of energy that could be manipulated to produce devastating effects. As the final preparations were made, the artificial solar flares began to take shape, driven by the massive energy outputs from the Earth's core, redirected by the Guardians. The Ziriaks, realizing too late the extent of Earth's capabilities and the depth of their strategic miscalculation, scrambled to mount a defense. Their flagship, a colossal vessel that had once seemed invincible, struggled to power up its primary weapon systems, hampered by the relentless EMP assaults. Around it, smaller ships attempted to form a protective barrier, but they too were caught in the snare set by Earth's forces. Myrav gave the order, and the Guardians executed the final command. The solar flares erupted with precise intensity, enveloping the Ziriak's flagship in a storm of radiant energy. The flares, though artificial, mimicked the chaotic nature of real solar phenomena, their unpredictable movements baffling the Ziriak's engineers and overwhelming their systems designed to withstand stellar activities. The flagship, its hull integrity compromised by the intense heat and radiation, began to fail. As the Ziriak's fleet withered under the assault, Earth's ground-based defenses, previously dormant, activated to provide a secondary layer of attack. Long-range missiles, tipped with electromagnetic pulse warheads, soared into the sky, targeting any Ziriak's ships that managed to evade the initial solar flare onslaught. Each strike was calculated by the Guardians to maximize damage while minimizing any debris that could pose a risk to Earth. With their fleet in ruins and their command structure shattered, the Ziriak's commanders finally capitulated. Through broken transmissions, they pleaded for mercy and an opportunity to negotiate a retreat. Myrav, stern yet fair, responded with terms of surrender, ensuring the safety of any surviving Ziriak soldiers but demanding an unconditional withdrawal from Earth's vicinity. As the battle drew to a close, the world, once paralyzed by fear, erupted in celebration. But for Myrav and her team, the victory was bittersweet. They mourned the necessity of such destructive force but took solace in the protection it had afforded their planet. The Guardians of Gaia were recalibrated to return to their protective slumber, monitoring the cosmos silently, ready to defend Earth should the need ever arise again. The aftermath of the battle saw Earth emerge not just as a survivor but as a formidable power in the galactic community. Myrav, hailed as a hero, was tasked with leading Earth's delegation to the Galactic Council, where she would share the tale of Earth's hidden guardians and extend an olive branch to other civilizations, promoting peace and mutual protection in the face of universal threats. This new role was not just a position of honor but a testament to Earth's newfound place in the cosmic order, a beacon of resilience and ingenuity. In the wake of their spectacular victory, Earth's leaders, under the guidance of Commander Myrav, faced the formidable task of navigating the aftermath of an interstellar war. The immediate challenge was managing the delicate peace negotiations with the defeated Ziriak's commanders, who were still reeling from the shock of their unexpected defeat. Myrav, now acting as Earth's primary representative, approached these talks with a firm resolve to secure Earth's safety without igniting further conflict. The terms of surrender were stringent but fair, requiring the Ziriaks to abandon all claims to Earth and its solar system, as well as to provide reparations in the form of technological aid to repair the environmental damage caused during the skirmishes. Furthermore, Myrov proposed the establishment of an interstellar treaty that would prevent future conflicts of this nature, suggesting that Earth could serve as a mediator in future galactic disputes, leveraging its unique position as a planet that had successfully defended itself against a superior force. These negotiations, though tense, ultimately concluded with the signing of the Treaty of Gaia, named after the AI guardians who had protected Earth. The treaty was celebrated across the world as a new chapter in human history, marking Earth's official entry into the galactic community as a recognized sovereign power. The treaty also established guidelines for the ethical treatment of AI entities, spearheaded by Myrov, who advocated for the rights and responsibilities of artificial intelligences, drawing from her own experiences with the Guardians of Gaia. With peace secured, Myrov turned her attention to rebuilding and strengthening Earth's defenses. The Guardians were upgraded and integrated more deeply into Earth's global defense network. New technologies recovered from the Ziriacs, now shared freely as part of the reparations agreement, enabled significant advancements in energy production, space travel, and environmental restoration. Earth began the construction of its own fleet of starships, designed not for conquest but for exploration and defense, embodying Earth's new role as a guardian of peace. Meanwhile, the global perspective on technology and cooperation had shifted dramatically. The crisis had united humanity in unprecedented ways, breaking down old political and cultural barriers and fostering a new era of global governance. The United Earth Alliance was formed, a new political entity that aimed to manage Earth's affairs with a unified voice. This alliance proved crucial in stabilizing the planet's economy and environment, ensuring that the benefits of the new technologies were distributed equitably among all nations. Commander Myrov, once a shadowy figure operating behind the scenes, became a public icon of resilience and ingenuity. Her leadership during the crisis had not only saved the planet but had also elevated her to a position of global influence. As Earth's ambassador to the Galactic Council, she worked tirelessly to establish Earth as a center of diplomacy and technological innovation, committed to helping other planets defend against potential threats. Her efforts were recognized during the first Galactic Council meeting she attended, where she delivered a speech that resonated across the cosmos. She spoke not only of Earth's struggle and victory but of a vision for a united galactic community that valued peace over conquest and cooperation over conflict. Her words marked a turning point in how Earth was viewed by the older, more established powers in the galaxy. Back on Earth, the cultural impact of the Ziriacs War was profound. It inspired a new generation of scientists, engineers, and diplomats, eager to explore and engage with the wider galaxy. Universities and research institutions experienced a renaissance of funding and interest, focusing on space sciences and AI research. The arts and media flourished with new themes of interstellar cooperation and adventure, reflecting humanity's expanded view of its place in the universe. As Earth continued to grow and evolve in this new era, the Guardians of Gaia remained vigilant, now revered not just as weapons of war but as symbols of Earth's resilience. Monuments were erected in their honor, and their story became a cornerstone of the new global identity, a constant reminder of the planet's journey from isolation to a key player on the galactic stage. Commander Myrov's legacy was secured as she continued her work, ensuring that Earth's voice was heard and respected among the stars. Her diplomacy paved the way for new alliances and treaties, expanding Earth's influence and helping to maintain the delicate balance of power in the galaxy. The world she helped shape was vibrant, diverse, and unafraid of the future, forever grateful for the guardians who had watched over it from the shadows.